The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys. If you like pina coladas, then you're in the wrong place.
That depends.
We're we're Immaterial Gamers, talking right to your face.
But what you don't know is that's what I'll start drinking from now on, from when we do podcasts and that's the thing.
Oh, that's your drinking game?
Yeah.
Look, I'm so glad we didn't have a drinking game because everyone knows I am a wrestle boy, and it's WrestleMania season, and one of the big tropes. Yep.
You see, I don't follow any of this. It's like everyone who turned around to me and went, "Did you watch the Fury fight?" And that I went, "Nope." Well, he's saying he's being robbed out because of this. I went, "Yeah, I know." And that's when all the gamers turned around and made them nice memes saying, "Look, even when you spend $20 to look good, doesn't mean you're gonna win."
Yeah, but yeah. So it's WrestleMania season, and because it's happened from the time of the Royal Rumble, which happened in January, to WrestleMania, which happens in April, they'll have a giant sign that says WrestleMania on it. And part of the joke is that wrestlers at WWE are contractually obliged to point at the WrestleMania sign. So we just have a little game, an account of not just wrestlers, but who and how many times will the WrestleMania sign be pointed at. And I'm glad that we didn't have a drinking game for this.
So
One drink for every time someone points at the sign.
Have you seen the Christmas drinking game that people do?
What? No.
Stick a Santa hat on the corner of your TV, and whenever it looks like someone's wearing it, you
drink. Yeah, that's just alcoholics' way to have a drink during Christmas.
I don't think they need that.
Yeah, they probably don't. But the thing that I had with this was there was a wrestler called Drew McIntyre. I'm so glad that we didn't have this one shot per point system, because he was there in the crowd and he's like, so, he's doing his Scottish accent, So, a lot of people, Charlotte's already pointed at the sign. So, why don't you all join in with me for something? 3, 2, 1, and 18,000 people point at a sign.
Oh, bet that was fun.
Yeah, so imagine trying to drink that. Like I say, so glad we didn't have the drinking game for that.
Just give your table out on social media on Weatherspoons when you're in Weatherspoons.
Just like, yeah, if you can all just take part on my behalf on the game, please. And then
I'm assuming, do all Weatherspoons have that or something then?
Have what?
Is that just a thing at Weatherspoons where you can use an app to get drinks and shit? Because that's how I assume it's ended up happening.
Yeah, I think it is a sort of a Weatherspoons one. Got to remember, Weatherspoons are also now the pub in the country that don't import beers from the European Union.
Don't they?
Nope, and they don't do social media either. They're progressive in their regressive ways.
I have to admit, I've never really been to a Weatherspoons, not to my knowledge anyway.
Nah, you haven't missed much. You don't miss much. One of mine and Martin's workplaces got banned as a company-wide policy due to that.
Oh, that's that's where I work. Anywhere in Manchester.
Ah. Wow. So your place is not allowed to any drinking establishment.
Well, when you have like staff parties and shit like that, we've been kicked out of most places. You can have that around the area.
Oh Jesus!
So that's why we have to have ones in our own work.
Classics. So while we all talk about our drinking habits and our workplace bannings, this is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, episode 83.
This game was not made for my phone.
I'm Ryan, and I'm here.
You're not here.
And also here is Stefan, who is here.
I'm not here. I'm at home. I'm in my safe place.
Yeah.
In my blank fortress.
Yeah, safe spaces. So, yeah. That's, based on that, we've already had a good warm-up. So let's get into what we do, which is talk shit about video games for an indeterminate period of time.
True. So Ryan, what have you been playing?
Oh yeah, okay, straight into it. What's been played?
What's been played?
So what have I been playing? Well, not much this week more than Star Wars and one other thing. So I'm going to talk about that. I've been playing games on the Sony PlayStation Classic.
The what?
The tiny
Is that a bit
little
like those
console.
SNES things where it's
Yep.
like a small console that has just a few games on it?
Yeah, it is Sony's answer to the the SNES Mini and the NES Mini.
I thought that's what the arcade library thing they were meant to be doing.
It's Sony, and it's like Sega. Sega have also done one. They've done a mini Mega Drive. That's
Oh
not
yeah, I
to be
know about that.
confused with the. That's not to be confused with the AG Games consoles, which are basically emulators.
Didn't Sega do one
Packaged.
as well?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought it said Nintendo for some reason.
No. Anyway, so yeah, picked it up. Generally, it's got like an RRP of about 80 quid. Picked it up in a CEX, or for as they keep trying to advertise themselves as, sex.
I don't watch much TV anymore, so I don't see much advertisements.
Got producer Martin now telling me that other second-hand stores are available. Well, this particular second-hand store, which was Sex, sold it for £40. And yeah, it's got a set of games on, which I'm just going to go and check on my mobile because, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over. You're going to hear weird fuddy sounds as I move the
Not
mic
weird
over
funny
a little
sounds.
bit.
You make them constantly.
I make, what? Speaking.
You speak?
Yeah. I don't play white noise, so I speak.
Oh
So,
no, I died.
Well, that's a shame. So, yeah. So it contains 20 of the best games from the PlayStation console. And they are Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby.
What's Cool Borders?
It's a skateboarding game. Right, so you know SSX?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the game that inspired SSX.
Oh, okay.
Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Karushi, or as it's known every other place in the fucking world, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's
Mr.
Odyssey.
Driller.
Yeah, Mr. Driller.
That's not
Rayman,
weird.
Resident Evil Director's Cut, Persona, or as it was known back then, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms.
Rainbow Six isn't cross-platform, is it?
What?
Rainbow Six.
Do you mean Siege? No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm.
Ubisoft managed to set something up as cross-platform. Don't be silly.
Nice.
Don't be silly. Though, speaking of Ubisoft, Division 3's expansion comes out on March the 3rd, as advised by Steve.
I don't care. There's one game I'm waiting for this year, and it better fucking come out.
If you're waiting for Dragon Age 4, that's not coming out this year.
Then I'm not gonna buy no more games.
So, yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, BioWare haven't announced a date for Dragon Age 4. By the end of the year, there might not even be a BioWare, so, you know.
You don't you ruin this for me.
Anyway. So, yeah, been playing stuff on the PlayStation Classic, realising that nostalgia sometimes really is a thing. You know, Martin says that it should be left in the past. I mean, Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid is cool. Played that was fine. Final Fantasy VII, that's played everywhere. It's good. Grand Theft Auto. No. Top down Grand Theft Auto. Running at like 20 frames a second.
Oh, I remember
with
that.
tank controls.
Yeah. And you used to get kill frenzies.
Yeah. And that weird offensive bit where you can run over Hare Krishnas for Krishna combo or whatever it was called. Which, you know, that was Rockstar at the time. Well, they were DMA Design at the time. But yeah, you know, it's nice. I like the fact that it's got save states. You obviously got your memory card storage. The PlayStation itself is really, really dinky, which I find really funny. Comes with 2 pads, which, my god, do you remember playing a PlayStation and having no analog sticks?
PlayStation used to have no analog?
Oh, yeah. There was never analog sticks for the PlayStation at the time.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
But then, at that time, I never really played anything but Nintendo at that time.
Mm.
That's why I had like Nintendo 64, Dreamcast. I think around then it was more Dreamcast, right? around the same time as PlayStation.
A couple of years after PlayStation, and a year before the PlayStation 2 was the Dreamcast.
Yeah, so I kind of, because the Sega and Nintendo were basically what I had to begin with. I didn't really go out of that little comfort zone.
Yeah. That was weird when I had that. I mean, I had Mega Drive, never had the Saturn. Had a PlayStation, went to a Dreamcast and a PS2. Realised that the Dreamcast was ahead of its time to its detriment.
Everyone says that. I've read something about that just the other day about like the greatest, oldest consoles,
Mm.
and it was like Dreamcast should have been one of them consoles that'll be out like just a few years ago.
Yeah. I mean, Dreamcast wasn't the first console to use the internet. That was the Mega Drive, I think.
The thing is, what
I think
could
the
you
NES,
do
I
on
think
the
the
internet
SNES might have
using
used it as well.
the Dreamcast?
Hmm?
What could you use the Dreamcast's internet for?
There were online games.
Was there?
Oh yeah,
Oh wow!
Quake 3 Arena.
I knew it had internet access, but I didn't know there was like fucking online games for that at the time.
Yeah, I mean, the Dreamcast didn't initially come out with a modem, but it was then something that you could get. And part of Sega's thing of getting the internet access in there was that you could request a copy of the game Choo Choo Rocket, and you could get it for free. It would just be, you could request it and just get it delivered to your house. And we did. And my god, there were plenty of nights where we'd sit there playing Choo Choo Rocket and racking up the phone bill. Because there was no broadband at the time.
Yeah.
But, and it's like, Sega and the Dreamcast were the first to bring sort of online console gaming mainstream. It was then popularised by the PlayStation Network later down the line at the time of broadband, because that just sort of came in. But, yeah, there's a lot of things about the Dreamcast that, that was great.
The greatest ever dial-up.
Yeah, they were the ones that started the trend of not putting the analog sticks in the centre of the pad directly. They started sort of messing around with that along with Nintendo with the N64, and then popularised by GameCube and Xbox.
Nintendo 64, the layout for that controller was epic.
It was mad.
No, it is epic. Just two ways to hold the controller, depending on what you needed.
Yeah, I guess.
Nowadays, it's you have to hold it this one way, and hopefully your thumbs can reach. If you got small hands, you're buggered.
Oh, Donald Trump, you're fucked.
That's why we don't let him play games.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? I'd say the PlayStation Classic is nice. It's something to probably talk about at some point, but it was mentioned by Don while we were discussing stuff. We've got one of those AR games, Mega Drives, and we didn't play much of it. It was sort of a nostalgia thing. We played some Sonic the Hedgehog, and then we bought a Sonic and Knuckles lock-on cartridge. So Martin and Don could play some Blue Sphere. Didn't work, because it was an emulator and it wasn't, fully great there. But, little nostalgia consoles are good. If you like them, so, yeah, you know what, I'd recommend. Personally, for me, people might like the mini NESes and the mini SNESes. And if they're the sort of things that you grew up with and you wanted to play, I'd recommend them as well.
Okay.
So, there we go. Steph.
Yeah?
What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing a lot of mobile games, to be honest.
Mobile games?
Yeah, I've not really had time. I've been playing something which I got about 3 days ago. And I've not got that far in it, because it's literally, I play it for like 5 minutes, get off. And then every now and then at work when I get time. Okay. And it's called Hybrid Animals.
Hybrid Animals?
Yes.
Or Hybrid?
Hybrid.
Hybrid, okay.
Yeah. You make a character.
Yeah.
By fusing basically who do you want the father to be, and who do you want the mother to be.
Right, I get you.
And you can fuse two different animals or so on. Right now, the only thing I have at the minute is a level 30. His name is Parky. You don't get to name it. I don't think I did anyway. It is a Parky Man.
A Porky Man?
Yes, it is a pig breed with Santa.
What?
I made a pig the father and made Santa the mother.
I see.
Okay. I've just started a new character because you get 3 slots in the game. You have,
Yeah.
like, crocodile, 2 different types of, like, a poodle, a wolf, a fish, a narwhal, rabbit, camel, a burger, a
I'm
chicken.
just watching the trailer because it is actually on Steam as well.
Oh, is it? Oh, I
Yeah.
might actually get it.
Yeah, I saw a fork.
Yeah, there's a fork. Santa, dinosaur, Bigfoot,
Yeah.
a naked person by the looks of it next to Santa, a snail. But yeah, I fused my pig with a Santa.
Wow. Well, hold on. So it becomes various game modes
Oh yeah, there's an
from what I'm
online
seeing here.
mode and everything. Play with your friends online. Okay, I'm
Like,
going to breed Fork. Who should I breed Fork with?
you got a mother.
A T-Rex.
Yeah.
Fork and a T-Rex, I'll accept that. Fork plus T-Rex equals Stab Raptor. It basically looks like a raptor with a fork hair.
Oh, nice.
I'll breed again. A burger. Oh, a cheeseburger. Okay. I'll breed
Okay.
that with...
Breed that with a fork.
That's not a bad idea. Where's Fork? If this makes a real creature, I'm kind of concerned.
I'd be very concerned myself.
It makes the Max Stabber.
The Max Stabber.
With the special ability of Screech.
Screeching
It's really
fork
weird
burger.
because it's like... The thing of it looks like a burger. And let's say you then take the top off it, pull the cheese up, put the top back, like, then slide it up on an angle. I hit my mic, I'm sorry. Put it slightly on an angle, and then put the top back on, straight, while still on an angle, and then sticking the forks out the top. The fork just seems to give it a hairdo.
Wow.
Yeah, unless you breed fork with fork, and then you're just playing with a fork.
Wonderful.
I'm going to breed a frog with a guitar.
Oh.
So let's see what this makes. Frog plus guitar equals a bog strummer? It kind of looks pretty cool, actually.
Playing frog.
Its head's become like a guitar, with the neck of it coming out like an antenna on its head.
Mm.
And then the tuning bit at the top. And then it's just got a frog's body, but it kind of looks more like an insect. Like a dung beetle type thing.
Yeah.
Which isn't that bad. Let's try turtle. Turtle with a T-Rex. I want to try that.
Oh?
Turtle plus T-Rex equals... What does it equal? Shelloraptor. A shelled raptor. Special ability is heal.
It sounds like you're having a lot of fun on this.
It's a tank. Well, at the minute, I don't know how the multiplayer works properly in it. All I'm going around at the minute is destroying everyone who gets in my way. Built my own little house. And plonked that somewhere else in the world, which I can't find anymore.
Mm.
And I'm just trying to level up, to be honest. I got my ass handed to me. I was playing it, well, we started this recording, and I was level 20 when we started. I'm now level 30.
Sweet.
So it's not that hard to level if you go against the right opponents for your character. From by the looks of it, I find it hard against certain bear breeds, but a general bear is piss easy for me, so I'm assuming a bear and something else tends to make it a little bit harder, depending on if it's making it tankier or just more damage.
I see.
I did want to see if you can breed it by 3. I want to see if I can make pig man bear.
Oh, man bear pig.
Oh, man bear pig. That's the... I couldn't remember the way it was named.
Yeah, it's man bear pig.
I was hoping for that.
But no.
Oh, somewhere in the game I can breed again. The bear man breeds with the pig, which would be fun. But yeah, that's all I've been really playing. I've got other games that I've been playing as well. Like I've tried playing that game I've seen a lot of recently, Ark Knights, but I only started that about 20 minutes before the podcast, so I've not really got anywhere.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? I've been playing that game that Darius, I believe, told us about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the Battle of Polytopia.
Yeah, Polytopia. I've been playing that for a bit. I'm not finding it as entertaining. Something I keep going back to, though, is Theme Park. Where,
Theme Park touches it.
It's just says Theme Park. It's Code Dig Games. I think that's the way it's... Theme Park Tycoon. To be honest, there's a few of their games I keep going back to play. I play That one, and I believe the other one's Hotel Empire.
Oh
And
yeah,
an Idle Supermarket. I don't know. I just seem to jump between them three games quite a bit. Every now and then playing something else.
Hmm.
My something else at the minute has been the hybrid animals. But yeah, them three games, all three of them are similar to each other, except different locations. One's
Okay.
supermarket, one's a hotel, one's a theme park. At the minute though, I've reached the end of the theme park and I'm waiting for updates. That's how ahead I am in the theme park one, and I got that one last. But yeah,
Hmm.
mobile gaming seems to be the way I seem to be going at the minute. Between doing like little things in between, like little tests for fairies and shit like that.
Fair dues. Right. So that's some games. Now let's talk about news where games are actually being here.
You're gonna have to walk me through this news
News time.
because
We'll talk about one that's easy enough first. Coronavirus. Yay.
wow, someone's actually made it on a game.
No. But a few weeks back, when we talked about coronavirus, we were talking about
Oh,
how
Oh.
Plague Inc.
I've
was
just
the
I just read the title of it actually.
yeah. So we were talking about how like Plague Inc. was the most downloaded game in China. Well, at the end of the month, it's banned.
The biggest banned game in China.
Yeah. So China has a very, very, very strict policy when it comes to what games are allowed over there. Basically, no bones and gore, some of it, no sexual content or drug content, no and then no illegal content, which basically illegal content is anything that China doesn't like. Any disparaging stuff against the government or their Chinese president, like Winnie the Pooh.
But what's Plague done for this then?
It's just apparently, well, this is what's come up on the BBC news report, is that Endemic Creations, who made it, have said that they just got told with nothing, with no context, that it's been removed due to having illegal content in there from China's Cyberspace Administration.
Fair enough.
So, it's just one of those things, just continuing stuff. What's probably happening is that people can mod stuff like this. I mean, there are campaigns, that people can make. Now, Endemic have their own ones. They had the Planet of the Apes spin-off. They were going to put in a mode where anti-vaxxers would help you spread the disease because they'd refuse to get treated. Because, vaccinations kill people. Well, that virus that you've got is now killing you. But one of the other campaigns was disinformation. It's like there was a fake news campaign, and that might have sort of triggered China to just go, hold up, back the bus up.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't like you telling people.
Yeah, we spread disinformation, so they're probably on the idea that it would help in terms of helping what they would consider terrorist elements and protesters to help spread their word. So, yeah, they get rid of it. But that's only one part of the whole coronavirus thing, because we'll move swiftly on. Steve sent me a link from Vice, but I've seen it from sort of other places as well. So, coronavirus is currently at the moment so panicky for people that stuff is getting cancelled everywhere. Earlier on in the year, what is the Chinese league for League of Legends? I don't remember the three letter. I think it's LPL. Was cancelled or postponed due to fears of coronavirus. Sporting events, Formula One is cancelled in China, even though it's in May. Other sporting events.
Isn't the vaccines testing literally going on right now? Because didn't that happen at the end of this week?
It's always been tested, but they've not got anything confirmed yet. So just while it's happening, stock markets are plummeting. So if you want to buy shares in a company, I'd suggest do it now.
Oh, hold on, I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, me as well. And we're back.
Magic of editing.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah. So the other thing on that is that there was supposed to be the Game Developers Conference next month. companies everywhere were pulling out of the event due to coronavirus, or so they said.
So I know there's been another case of it in England.
Well, the first case in England where the person hadn't travelled.
No,
So that means they
from what
picked
I
it
know,
up
he has
in
travelled.
England. No, they did confirm on the Saturday news. I was going to say yesterday. Remember, this comes out on a Tuesday. That there was the first case of coronavirus picked up by someone in England who had not travelled abroad, meaning that they received it. Well, clearly they received it from someone here.
Because I know someone's locked themselves up in a hotel in Liverpool.
Oh yeah, people
with the symptoms.
Yeah, but that's what they've been told to do: self-isolate, and don't go out and spread the highly infectious disease. So
if it's that highly thingy, it's gonna spread quick, regardless. By the time you know you've got it, it's spread already.
Well, yeah, it's got like a 14-day incubation period. You could go anywhere by the time that's happened. However, in terms of the GDC, it started showing up that Sony and Microsoft were pulling out of the conference, and then various other developers and keynote speakers. There were more cancellations at that point than there were stuff going on in GDC. Now, initially, people did have a problem that GDC weren't offering refunds for attendees. Of course, now that it's officially cancelled, they have to do that. But just more signs that everywhere in the world is affected by this flu-like disease. Even gaming conferences. So yeah, that's that there. We got one more story when I find it. It was about good old GOG. GOG. So this is on Eurogamer, and earlier on in the week, GOG were GOG posted that they were updating their refund policy. So if we look at something like Steam, they had a refund policy in effect that there was rules that. Oh, hello.
That's just me. Don't worry about it that much.
So there was going to be a refund policy, and Steam's got its 2-hour limit and stuff like that.
Yeah, Steam's got
14
2-hour
days.
limit. What's Epic something like that as well, as long as you haven't played it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. GOG has shot that out of the water. They've offered a no quibble 30-day refund policy, which they've wanted to say is, which they say is consumer friendly. It is.
It is, but then there has to be conditions.
Well,
30 days return under a, let's say, 12-hour play period.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because 30 days for some of the...
It is, because some games you can complete in less than 12 hours.
Yeah. And that's where the issue. The issue is with developers who feel, especially, and a lot of these are coming out, indie developers. A lot of independent games.
A few hours long, and that'll be it. You can replay it over again as much as you want.
Yeah. I mean, GOG, of what they've said, I was going to say to their credit. I mean, I wouldn't say credit just yet. But they've stated that that they would be monitoring people's refund habits. So if you were just buying games and immediately refunding them constantly, and it looked like you were playing the full games, because they monitor playtime and stuff like that. So then they would make sure that you wouldn't be able to abuse that. They've basically added the Will Wheaton rule. Don't be a dick. Don't just be refunding everything. But other than that, you've got 30 days to refund any game. So yeah, according to Eurogamer, the developers are concerned. Part of that,
I would be concerned.
Yeah, part of that is that they weren't told about any of this in advance. So
to be honest though, it's like anyone can have any type of return policy. They're buying the games off these people to sell them again, technically. Yeah. So I don't see why a developer should be able to be told that, oh, we're going to sell this, but if they return it, they return it. It's like people selling it again for second hand.
Yeah. Now, I've noticed that according to the Eurogamer article, later down the line, every refund request is subject to manual review.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's a load of work being
So,
put on it.
To be honest, that means they're making jobs, for one.
Mm.
Because if they tend to have a lot of refunds, there's a lot more people getting hired to deal with refunds. But you've also got the other thing. If developers then give them the information, let's say the game should be able to be completed with a game time of this and stuff like that, and then people are reaching either on top of that game time or way over that game time, you know for a fact they've played that game retardedly. They've completed that game. They do not deserve a refund. They've had full quality of that game.
Yeah.
If, let's say, and then you'll have someone who's then played the game. Let's say this game's meant to have took 3 hours to complete, and they played it for 10 minutes, and then wanted a refund. There is no complaining that person's getting a refund.
Yeah. No, exactly.
They did not enjoy that game. They put it in their console. By the time they got a chance to play it, they played it and thought, nah, this isn't for me, bye.
Yeah.
I have to admit, there's a lot of games that I've bought and then thought, this is not for me. Then I've never asked for a refund. I just kind of got rid of it. I just uninstall it and go, if I ever do feel like doing it, I'll get it.
Yeah, the whole point of this is that, as well, this is the other extreme. Initially, before Steam, even had their policy, before GOG even, thought about doing this, all digital games were under the idea of buyer beware.
Mm.
You purchase it, it's yours. If it's a broken piece of shit, if it was not what you expected, you couldn't refund it. And this was also at the time where there was, an anti-consumer idea on reviews. Not allowing reviews for stuff until the game had already come out and people had picked it up. It's, bad news. So, the refund policy's there. I'd be happy to see how GOG deal with this. It's interesting that they've gone no quibble, but, yeah, we're going to see how many people, abuse this. We'd like to see how the manual review works of it as well. Yeah. But, be one of those added to the list of stuff we'll keep an eye of. With this coronavirus talk, we've actually come back to news stories recently, so yeah, we'll see how the refund stuff goes. So, if this sounds like it's a bit of a shorter podcast than normal, it is. It's just we've talked about what we've wanted to talk about, and you're watching or listening to this on Tuesday. We've already got the series finale of Doctor Who coming up, so we want to get ready for that. So yeah, if you liked what you heard, please like, share, subscribe, click the bell, comment, engage, like Captain Picard would say.
And remove all rumbers. And if you've got a rumber, at least don't weaponize the bastard.
Well, yeah, don't don't stick a chainsaw on the fucker.
And then tell Alexa, intruder, activate Alexa.
Yeah.
That was funny though.
Yeah.
I have to admit, if I had something like that, I'd do something like that. Intruder alert. Activate rumber. And, best thing is though, the more chance of you having it, it'll probably go for you, dog.
Yeah. And while we're on the idea as well of that, with social rumbers, keep an eye on the social medias. We do look to use them at some point. They're all in the description, whether you're listening to this on YouTube or if you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
I was about to say, we
just
have
by
Apple
download.
on Apple, right?
We are on Apple Podcasts, yeah. So
what's the podcast serving for what do you call it? Like Google devices? Maybe it just be Spotify?
It's just available on it usually just picked up through RSS feeds on podcast downloads, but it is also available on Spotify. So yeah. So until next week, thank you, Stefan. Always down. Goodbye.